A disciple of the Buddha must not deliberately eat meat. He should not eat the flesh of any sentient being. The meat eater forfeits the seed of great compassion, severs the seed of the Buddha nature, and causes animal and transcendental beings to avoid him. Those who do so are guilty of countless offences. Brahmajala Sutra.
Now in this Lankavatara Sutra I say, at all times all kinds of meat are inedible unexceptionally. Mahamati, I forbid meat eating not only for one time, I mean that both in present and future. Meat eating is forbidden. Lankavatara Sutra.
All men tremble at punishment. All men fear death. Likening others to oneself, one should neither slay nor cause to slay. Dhammapada Sutra.
A man is not noble or elect because he injures living creatures. He is called noble because he does not injure living beings. Dhammapada Sutra.
Mahamati. In the future there will be some ignorant persons saying that many Buddhist precepts allow meat eating. They love the flavors of meats due to their past meat-eating habit. They said those words simply according to their own views. But in fact, Buddhas and sages have never said that meats are foods. Lankavatara Sutra. Kao Dai.
If you eat meat and want to practice spiritually, your spirit is contaminated with low-level energy and become heavy, thereby cannot rise above the middle realm, the true teaching of the great vehicle.
Those who eat meat break the 5 constant virtues.
1. Killing animals to satisfy our taste is inhumane. 2. Killing animals, causing separation in their family in order to feed our relatives are unrighteous. 3. Making befoul food offerings from animal meat to the deities is disrespectful. 4. Praising the eating of animals as if it is God's gift so as to justify the killing of animals is unwise. 5. Lure and trick the animals into the snare is untruthful.
Worldly people must keep the 5 constant virtues. Breaking these intentionally is to break the moral principles. Eating vegetarian is the best way to nurture our body. Vegetarian means an animal-free diet. Kao Dai, union of the 3 religions.
Question. Please explain how vegetarianism and eating meat influence our body. Answer. Because animals' meat mostly contains virus, so when one eats the meat, the virus will follow in and destroy our body. Also, meat produces toxic gas, thereby making our body tired and sluggish. Those are the detriment to the material body. As for the mind, meat contains animals' traits, thus making our mind dense, and is especially harmful for the 6 senses, which is our spirit. If you eat vegetarian, you won't be harmed by the virus and exhausted by the toxic gas. Vegetarianism means an animal-free diet. Law of the 3 bodies, teachings of the saints.
10 days of vegetarianism will create some benevolence in our nature. Due to the lessening of the animal's flesh and blood, our heart is gentler somewhat. 1 month of vegetarianism will acquire blessings and attract the protection of deities, thus one may avoid many disasters. With 1 year of vegetarianism, one will acquire a lot of merits due to the reducing of much bad deeds, and thereby attract the blessings naturally. With 10 years of vegetarianism, radiant light will emanate from the top of one's head, and the deities and guardian angels who always accompany the light will protect one from all catastrophes, and the devils dare not intrude or disturb. Thus one develops wisdom and intelligence. One's appearance will also brighten due to these blessings. If one is a vegetarian for life, his 3 generations will enjoy good fortune. Vegetarianism means an animal-free diet. Teachings of the Saints on Vegetarianism.
Please do not harm animals. The act of killing will reduce your merit. Although they are small, they are given the same chance of evolution. See there, the animals know how to live in harmony. Their sentient nature knows the familial bond. Who has the heart to condone the survival of the fittest? Of what use is satisfying your taste if your heart lacks compassion? True teachings of the three vehicles.
If you want to end all bad karma or retribution, you must end the killing, because the law of heaven is, a life destroyed must be compensated. If now we want to liberate from this earthly life, we should not owe the debt of blood. Karma means retribution. Teachings of the saints about keeping the 10 precepts, abstaining from killing.
The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If out of ignorance we end an animal's life, then we incur a very terrible hatred, and they will wait for us to compensate for their life, because if we kill and eat them, then we owe them the blood debt. The more we owe, the more we must repay, and if this demand for repayment continues, when can we be free to return to the heavenly kingdom? Teachings of the saints about keeping the 10 precepts, abstaining from killing.
As for the small animals, though very tiny, they can crawl and move. They also fear death and have a soul. Thus, killing them also diminishes our merits, and sometimes we even have to compensate with our life. Therefore, for the worldly people, even though they don't practice spiritually, they should avoid killing as much as possible to minimize the bad retribution. When making offering annually to our ancestors to pay tribute to them, if we kill pigs, cows, chickens, ducks, it's our deceased ancestors who would have to bear all these bad karma, or retribution. Karma means retribution. Teachings of the saints about keeping the 10 precepts, abstaining